us. It's us, Brave. I can't.
What a funny way to start the live.
Hey.
They're gonna be like, "Huh? Is that Kenny singing in the background?"
Yo, I noticed, like, if you watch our streams back, the initial graphic thing does not silence anything. It just be a bunch of
Nope.
crinkling in the background, like um yo, look what I got. I just actually literally just opened this mail.
What is it? Deceased?
Deceased.
Like, is it the whole story arc or
I believe so.
just
I think it's like I don't think it's like Deceased, the other ones. I think it's just the main story.
it's the main story? Okay.
These DC compact drones,
Fire.
I mean, yes, because of the size of them. Because you know, like a regular trade, it's like if you on the bus, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's kind
Which
of
one is like? Because I
like
used to like
that
try to
one
read
is
them on the bus.
screaming nerd. That one's
Like,
screaming nerd.
like this on a bus in
Yeah, that's a
Philadelphia.
lot.
It's like, nigga,
It's a
put
lot.
that away.
But the other one is more like, that could just be a book. Yeah. It's
You
more
know,
demure.
it's all about the size. You know what I mean? Size matters, if you will.
Size matters.
Where did my other ones go?
That is
Doesn't
what
matter.
she said.
That is what she said, and she said it loud.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Hey yo, indeed.
Just like Acre said, press like on both live streams. Thank you very much. And my man Collector Movie Man said, "Hey Zach, how are you doing, Collector?"
Whoa,
Mr. Dave.
whoa! I don't get a hey.
Word, Collector. Word, Dave. You don't give Kenny a hey?
Me?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The hay's in the barn, I guess.
The hey? Oh, that's a bar right there. That's an Old Testament bar.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is a new episode of Film Club where we do actually talk about films sometimes, but we do get silly at first.
That's
So
true.
you can know how our personalities and shit. Kenny Sparks, how are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great.
I see.
No, like, literally, I am feeling great, man. It's been a really interesting day. Hey, Collector. See, now I feel like the stream has finally officially started. But yeah, man, I'm feeling great. I had a pretty solid day at work. I'm feeling creative. Like I had two movie reviews done and in the can for the first time in forever at the same time. I have one that's out right now, which is Bring Her Back. That review is on the channel right now. And then I got Presents from earlier this year that's dropping for members only. I did not mean to turn this into a sale thing. But like the reason I'm talking about is because it's been a while since I've been like I felt productive, right? So now I'm feeling productive. So yeah, man, it's whoa blessings coming from the Ace Avenue.
That's blessings right there.
Yo, thank you
How
so much,
much?
Ace. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's awesome.
Collectible
Always
Events.
appreciate your
Say it
support.
again.
No, I was just saying, I always appreciate Ace's support, man. That dude is legit.
And didn't he just get the 2K subscribers?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Ace Avenue has reached 2K subscribers. That's a huge milestone. Working hard as hell every day.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. Zach. There are 186, I believe, baseball games a year. Yeah. And this dude Ace be streaming for every Yankee game. Every Yankee game. 186 games. See, I can see if it was football season and you got 16 games, 17 games now. You know what I mean? That's once a week.
They added the game?
Is every damn day. And that's impressive. And he's doing movie reviews and he's doing commentary and lists and all this other stuff. This dude Ace works hard as hell, grinds hard as hell, and everything he's gotten, this man deserves. He's worked hard as hell for that.
He's a happy anniversary.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Yeah, I actually did just pass Well, I mean, it was last month. I think
Yeah,
2 years on YouTube. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm at I'm at four.
Oh,
Four. I'm almost 5 years old.
let that body
Um,
roll like a 24. Um,
Click Movie Man said he's seeing Ballerina tomorrow at 7 p.m. for early screening. Nice.
nice. I should actually check and see if there's any screenings for me, because or in my area, because this upcoming weekend is my birthday weekend,
Mm,
so I'll be quite busy. Not only is it my birthday weekend, we also have Worlds Collide for WWE. We also have Money in the Bank for WWE. Like it's going to be a busy and Ballerina and whatever else is coming out. It's going to be a
the
busy ass
life of
weekend.
Chuck. Yeah,
Life
it's a
of
lot going
Chuck,
on.
which I am not exactly excited for, just because I haven't really like looked into it that much, so I'm
Yeah,
kind of like on the fence. Not on the fence about whether or not it'll be good, because I really don't know anything about it. So,
yeah, yeah, man. For
well, I never
me,
asked you how
I
you're
know.
doing. How are
Yeah,
you
for
doing,
me,
Zach?
I'm mixed. I'm a world of mixed emotions.
Hmm.
I know what's wrong. I just gotta take the steps to get to where I need to go.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make a update video like I did at the beginning of the year, like what's going on with me, what's going on with the channel, and what my plans are and stuff like that. Nowhere near stopping you doing YouTube, but I slowed down a lot compared to what I was doing last year or even the year before that.
Yo, we were going crazy.
He was going crazy.
We were
He was
going
going
crazy.
crazy and bonkers.
Yeah.
So yeah, slight changes and stuff like that. Some things
Hmm.
coming back, some things not coming back. So I'm excited for that, and I'm getting healthier. So that's always good.
Yes. That's what's
So
most important. This nigga gonna
yeah,
live.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I put out my Bring Her Back review, which I really liked that review that I did.
Yeah, it's
So that
really
was
good,
great,
man.
and I appreciate that. And we're gonna be talking about Bring Her Back a little here because this live stream is inspired by this movie.
Yep.
Bring Her Back is a new horror movie from A24, the Felipe brothers, who them boys they're messed up in the head. You feel me?
Yeah.
T another member for 12 months. Wow, that's crazy. 12 months.
Hey, let's go.
Their boys are
Much
messed up. From
appreciated.
Talk to Me to this one, they messed up in the head, and I really enjoyed this movie. I was perturbed. I was like this in the movie theater, kind of watching it like this. So me and Kenny were talking about how disturbed we were about from this movie and how evil it felt, and we wanted to talk about movies, whether they're horror or not, that disturbed us.
Yep.
So Kenny, tell me like what about Bring Her Back made you feel the
Uh,
chills?
Let me tell you something right now. So a lot of this movie is incredible. First of all, the movie is like absolutely gut wrenching to watch. It's an experience, but most importantly, teeth. Like there's a lot going on with the destruction of teeth, on biting on tables, teeth being ripped out, all this other stuff, and I literally could not watch the screen anymore. Like I literally took off my hat and was like covering my eyes. I was like, "Dog, I'm tough. You know what I mean? I'm a man. I'm grown. But real men know they have limits, and this is my limit." Like I was literally like just covering my eyes, bro. Like because it was wild. Like, but not only was it wild because of the gore and stuff like that, which got increasingly crazy as the movie went on, but I
Yeah,
was like, it attacked me from two different angles, right? It was the visual of all that gore, all those the bones and the blood and the teeth and that car crash when that woman got hit by that car.
woo,
But also
rough,
from a psychological standpoint, where this woman was gaslighting these children,
heavy.
like I was so pissed off, like everything that was happening with her, with the foster mother who was like antagonizing these kids. And I feel like the weirdest thing about this movie, which I never actually talked about in my review, and actually never actually talked about at all, which I'm glad, which is why I'm glad we're here talking about it now, is that
Yeah,
most movies you see or most stories you see like this, like let's say Hansel and Gretel, right? The weird comparison, of course, but most of the time when you have this like evil like stepmother, foster child, or foster mother kind of thing. Not most of the time, sometimes they're a lot more sweet and eventually like try to like kill the kids over time. She starts off sweet for about 2 seconds, 2 seconds literally, and then right at the start, it's like, oh, she's a jerk. She's not nice to these kids
Some
at
wrong.
all. Yeah, like
Yeah,
so, like
like when
not a
she took
spoiler.
the group picture and blocked the brother out purposely.
Right,
You could
right,
tell.
right, right from there. And like so when she was doing the measurements of the kids, like she was doing the thing, and she pushed the little kid's head back. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
hey, oh, that's right when I was like, hey, whoa, hold on now. You leave
yeah, the
that
little
little
mean
child
stuff.
alone. Yo, she
Yeah,
was the worst. And the funny, like, I feel like the most interesting part about this movie, which once again I didn't really get a chance to like really expound on, was the so like, are we going into spoilers or no?
yeah, yeah.
So like a lot of it was, so she's trying to resurrect her child, basically, right?
Bring her back. Yeah,
Bring her back. Try and bring her back. So I guess that's not really a spoiler, but because it's the name of the thing. So I feel like one of the more interesting things is she's trying to bring her child back, or was trying to bring her child back through the body of their little kid, or that the soul of her daughter was in that little kid, which I actually, that the daughter was resistant. She didn't want to be there. Um,
no,
I found it interesting that she allowed the carcass, or the host body, to continuously be mutilated, like throughout this entire process. You would think that you would want to take care of the body that your daughter's soul is in, but she was so neglectful of it that it was
yeah.
just very like strange. Do you have an ice cream truck in the background?
Oh, you can hear it? My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Oh, I know, I hear that ice cream truck. No, it's all good. But yeah, man, like,
Brooklyn for you.
yeah, like I have not gotten ice cream from my ice cream truck in quite some time. I don't know if they take Apple Pay. Like if I find out they take Apple Pay, I might go. But if they straight cash, anybody got cash on them these days. Um,
Yeah, true.
but yeah, man, we got a couple more people in here. Just want to say what's up to. We said hi to Ace. I just want to read this real quick. As far as movies that should have come with a therapist, that one scene from the dog in I Am Legend gets me every time. I can't watch that movie because of that scene. I'm with you on that 1,000%. Like the movie's still great, it's still really good, good to great, whatever you want to say it. But like that scene in particular, it is difficult. You know what I mean?
Stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. Um, T says there is a movie on Netflix that's called Soft and Quiet. That movie should come with a disclaimer.
I've heard about that movie. Yeah,
I have
I heard
not.
it's
I'll have to
real
look it up.
tough. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard watch.
Books, girls, purrs. Hey,
Hey,
welcome. Happy to have you here. We always appreciate your company. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Actually, everybody, how y'all doing? Let us know in the
or
chat how y'all doing on this good TV.
60% of the people voted that they're great.
Okay.
20% said good. 20% said traumatized. So maybe
Oh,
those are the people that saw Bring Her Back.
luckily. TJ says, "Hey y'all, wish I could tune in and watch, but I'm currently on a flight." Look, this man, he trying
Out
to stunt.
here.
He
Yeah,
trying to stunt.
I mean, yeah,
Just
have
wanted to say
fun.
hi. Then he gonna say, "We catching flights, not feelings, all 2025." This man is on the road
That's some
or
young
on
people
the
stuff.
sky.
That's how you know he younger than us.
Yep.
I'm too old to be not catching feelings. I need to get to all the feelings.
See, you see what you're doing, Zach? You haunting people.
I'm so sorry. Well, if you know the true meaning of the melody, it is very haunting. Um,
That's true. How did their kid die in the first place in the movie?
she
Drowned.
drowned.
She drowned. Yeah,
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 she
she
hit her
drowned.
head,
She
and
hit her
then
head on the side of the pool and drowned. And that whole thing was crazy. Um, but yeah, like I was really disturbed on multiple fronts from this movie. But yeah, I gotta say that it was the gore that really got me. And this, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna make a bold statement, Zach.
oh boy,
This is the best horror antagonist villain performance since Tony Collette in Hereditary.
mm,
The villain. because I know a lot of our
Protagonists
protagonists
are great.
great performances. So I can't really like even I would even say our protagonist from Smile 2 gave a better performance than Sally
Sally
Hawkins in this
Hawkins.
movie. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm going to villain because I have to be very specific with that. But
What
like
about Heretic? Hugh
he
Grant.
was alright. He was cool.
Okay.
He was cool. Like it was a good performance. Grant
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. I was about to say Jeremy Grant. Hugh Grant gave a great performance, but it was like what Sally was able to because Hugh Grant never gave off at any point in time that he was trying to the ice cream truck distract me. that he never that he was
I'm
even
so sorry.
trying to be nice to these little girls. But
Yeah.
she's tried to like she had a
Yeah.
lot of layered like moments where she just flipped. So I
Yeah.
think that it's the best
You can see
performance
she
in
was conflicted in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, this movie reminded me a lot of, and I said it in my review of Hereditary in terms of like the atmosphere, in
Hmm.
terms of the way it made me feel. I don't think it ever reached the heights of Hereditary for me,
Yeah.
but it got pretty close. Sally Hawkins was fantastic. All the kids, all three of those kids were great.
They were.
The fact that the blind girl this is her first role ever, she did a great job.
Really?
Yeah, this is her first role ever. They put a casting call out for someone that's legally blind. The mom saw it and said, "Why not?" And
I'm
yeah, so that was really really dope.
hmm
And I like you said, it's not just the gore because this movie, it's not like super gory. It's not like gore,
yeah.
gore, 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 gore throughout the
Right.
film just for gore's sake. It's the fact that it's a family drama, but
Hmm.
with horror aspects.
Yeah.
And so you they make you care and invest in these characters, and she does psychological things to them that pisses you off and makes you feel disturbed. But then when the horror aspects do come in, it's like, gee, oh my god, don't do that to this person. I think that's
Yeah.
mainly it.
Yep.
And like the kitchen scene that you're talking about, that's not where I thought that was gonna go at all. I was shocked. I was perturbed. I was like,
Whew.
this is rough.
I saw point 0.5 seconds of that knife hitting them teeth, and I was done. I was no, I
And
can't.
how long it went for, and
The
how
sound
like
effects, I kept
the sound
hearing.
effects.
God,
Yeah, the sound effects was crazy, and then just what I like to call the bacon scene. That was a lot. It was a lot, and that kid that's on the poster, that's in the
mm-hmm,
trailers,
mm-hmm,
great. He did a great job
phenomenal.
playing this little messed up kid,
Yep,
flipping between mute to demonic to innocent to it was a lot, and
yeah,
it did a great job. Even the oldest kid was really really good
he
too.
was really good. The older
Yeah,
brother was really good.
yeah,
And then like you see, like that character was really well. That character was really well written. I can't talk for some reason, and like he had so many layers because I love the fact that like this he had this kind of like regrettable past or situations that came up and with his father dying and the way that that happened and the trauma that he endured with hitting
yeah.
his sister and not
Hmm.
meaning to do it and that type of stuff that like can you be forgiven, can you come back from things like that, like all the different kinds of conversation that come up with just that character on
Yeah,
his road to his own kind of redemption, and then seeing this little boy because like he's what probably 17, 16, 17 years old,
yeah,
and
because he said 3 months till he turned 18, so he was 17.
yeah, yeah, and he's a bigger kid. Yeah, I mean he's growing into his man body kind of thing, and I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of times our society looks as them at men, well, not men, but teenage boys like that as you're a man already or you're a man now. But that kid
yeah,
was he was going through it. You know what I mean? His
a lot.
stature
Yeah,
had nothing to do with what was going on in his head, and it was just really like it was heartbreaking to see everything he went through. And then the worst part was I was in the movie with my friend, and he was like, um, when his face is in that puddle,
yeah, man.
like he was like, "Oh, you know, when we come back to that scene, he's not going to be there. He'll be alive. He'll survive." You know what I mean? Because this movie ain't that crazy, right? And then that's I was hoping too but that's not
Me
how that
too.
went down. And I was it. That's when, like, before it was disturbing, but when that happened, that was the evil part for me.
Yeah.
That's like, because at that point I was like, is the bad guy going to win? Because that
Yeah.
would like ruin the movie. Would is a little too strong, but it would. I wouldn't like this movie if the bad
Got
guy.
you.
You know what I mean? Because it was like the reason why we like superhero movies or we like movies or stories in general is because typically someone overcomes something. But when you have
Yeah.
something that evil happening and they win, it just doesn't feel as good. You know what I mean? So, like, for example, right? Let's say that Avengers Infinity War was the actual end of the Infinity Saga. And that was it.
Oof.
They were just dead. Like, they were just gone.
Yeah.
There was no
They just
coming
had to
back.
start with new heroes and stuff like that. Crazy.
That would suck. The
Yeah.
reason why it doesn't suck and didn't suck as much as it did when we first saw it is because we knew they were coming back. We knew
Yeah.
the bad guys, the good guys would find a way to overcome and come back, and everybody would bring everybody back. But imagine if they didn't. It would just feel so. You built up all that. They went through all that and then failed and died, and that's how I would have felt if she would have fell and died, or if she would have succeeded. I'd have been like, "Well, this is
Honestly, I thought that's where
horrible."
it was going because their first film, Talk to Me, that's what happened, right? Like the
Mm.
main character did die. And so I thought, okay, they're gonna do it again. Hey, CC, what's up?
DC, what up?
So I thought that's where it was gonna go, and I don't mind a movie being mean spirited sometimes,
Hmm.
and having an ending like that, because we see a lot of movies with the person overcoming the odds. So if it did go that way, I would have
Yeah,
expected like if she was to succeed that her daughter would come back, but then it would be messed up. Like
hmm,
if she was to succeed and her daughter would have been like, "Why did you do this?"
yeah,
That would have been
yeah.
devastating.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, was kind of happening towards the end. She like when the daughter would speak was like, "Please, like leave me, like let me go."
Leave go.
And that was, I think that was a big. That's the lesson of the movie is
Just let
having
go.
to move on, being able to
Yeah,
move on. I mean,
yeah.
for all the characters involved, whether it's the
They're
son,
all
the
dealing with
father,
their own type of grief
right? Yeah.
at the same time, and the son, kind of dealing with the most. Because not only did he lose a father, now he has the responsibility to take care of his sister. He also still has it on his heart that he hit his sister.
Yep.
Um, and also whatever he did in his past, because he has a troubled past and whatnot. So like, there's a
Hmm.
lot he was going through that all the other characters also going through. So yeah,
Yeah. CC says,
I feel bad for that little boy too, mutilated, all that shit,
yeah.
and then just left out there. Oh my god,
Oh my god, like that's
and felt
like
all of it.
what's fucked up. This is going. to hear me what I'm saying.
Oh
All
boy.
right. I almost wanted him to pass away
No, no, no. That
because
makes
I
sense.
don't want him to have to live because he's not okay. He's not going to be okay
Ever.
ever, ever.
There's no
Like
amount of therapy,
therapy,
love,
no,
nothing. Not after
nothing is going
experience
to.
like that.
Yeah, man, nothing is going to help that situation. This nigga was demon possessed, or not even demon possessed. Like he was possessed
Kind
by someone
of.
else's child. Yeah.
It might have been an
Also,
angel.
it, I mean, also we haven't. I can't believe the stream has gone 24 minutes without me saying it. But don't summon shit. Like stop summoning things. Stop
Stop
summoning things.
summoning stuff.
If
This is
you
what happens when
don't
you summon shit.
summon stuff, if you don't summon anyone, no one will be there. I mean, that's kind of the long and short of the rule. Now, sometimes a demon will escape without you even asking them to be there, but
Yeah.
don't summon nothing.
Yeah, don't
But yeah,
summon nothing. Cece said the most mean spirited movie she can think of is Evil Dead Rise.
yeah,
Honestly, that's probably nicer than Evil Dead remake. I don't know if you
I've
saw it.
never seen it. Yeah.
Oh boy, y'all thought the gore in that Evil Dead Rise is bad?
Mm.
Oh my god,
The
Evil
gore in
Dead
this
remake is crazy.
was worse than Evil Dead Rise, but Evil Dead Rise is still pretty fucked up.
I think
Um,
why I don't see it as mean spirit is because they do overcome in the end of that movie. Like if the ghouls would have killed all of them, the auntie and
oh
the little kid get out. You know,
no, but I still feel like it's mean spirited, very mean spirited, because everybody who died did nothing wrong. Like no, they did. There wasn't like in like typically in horror movies like there's an asshole who's like, oh yeah, fuck that guy, let him die. You know what I mean? But it was like the kid. He was touching shit. That was his problem. He went down to
he
that
was touching
basement
shit
in that
and
earthquake.
he
He
summoning
got
stuff,
summoning stuff. He had 45 warnings. You know what I mean?
bruh.
before he
You might
opened
want to
that.
double that 90.
Right. Yeah. So, but still, like when the I think it was the older daughter, she got killed, and then the boy got killed, and then the mom herself, like she got possessed, and the aunt and all that other stuff. It was like, no, nobody in this situation deserves this. Like this is fucked up.
Neighbors.
Neighbors, the neighbors got it the worst almost. Like
Yeah, they got John
yeah,
Wick.
they sure did.
Yeah, little homie was out of there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was more so how they did the family. They didn't have to do him like that. I
correct.
felt so bad for the mom. That's where they messed me up at. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
She was a holistically. What the hell am I talking? She was she was pregnant as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that Evil Dead Rise is still like I think it's my favorite or second favorite horror movie that I've seen in most recent years. Actually, my favorite horror movie, obviously, as you know, is The Thing, 1982. Like
Yeah.
that's the cake for me. But Don't Breathe is
Yeah.
another one, and
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise is the other one. Hereditary is incredible. This movie will never be my favorite horror movie because it's I never want to think about this movie again after this week.
He
As
said,
great
"I'm
as
good.
this
I
movie
saw
is,
it. Never again."
as great as this movie is, and I give it all the props in the world, leave me alone. Like don't I
Don't bring
don't
her back.
no, don't bring her back at all. Like if I'm walking into my house and my wife has like friends over, it's like yeah, we're watching Bring Her Back. Like
Cool. I'm gonna be in my room.
I'm gonna be upstairs.
Headphones.
I'm gonna watch Looney Tunes or something else. Have you ever noticed how violent Looney Tunes is?
Very, very violent.
Violent as hell. But yeah, kids, people are like, yeah, turn off that RoboCop and put on Looney Tunes. The rabbit got shot in the face. Like, what do we do anyway?
Yeah.
But
They're just out
yeah,
here wilding.
yeah, man. So it's like Bring Her Back. Obviously, one of the more disturbing movies I've seen this year. Probably the most disturbing movie I've seen this year. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
is it the best horror movie that you've seen this year?
Nah, sinners.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
so. So if you want to remove sinners from the conversation, then this is
I
number one. But
do because I almost don't even view Sinners as a horror movie,
I feel
and
you.
that's not to be like insulting to Sinners because it's the best movie I've seen this year, like flat out. But
Yeah.
I'm not scared of Sinners, so
Yeah.
like as a matter of fact, I want to go into it to engage in my black roots and and feel connected to my people. I've never said that about a horror movie. Yeah, I'm going to watch, The Ring, so I can feel more connected to the human spirit. No, not at
Yeah.
all. But yeah, like
Not one
serious,
soul has ever said that. But I do
right?
think a movie can be horror and not scary. It just has horrific
Yeah,
elements to it. You know,
because Bring Her Back isn't scary. It's just
it's
disturbing.
just is disturbing as hell.
Another movie that I heard all my life about, which is a horror movie, The Exorcist, also
Hmm.
is not scary. It's
No.
just disgusting. It's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's one.
It's a different D. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gross.
absolutely gross. I think that's why people were so. I mean, besides the fact, Catholic Church people don't want to see their lifestyle put in a bad, negative light. But
Yeah.
it's disgusting. Now there is one disturbing scene that's um, uh, what are those things called? uh, it's in the extended version where the little girl walks backwards down the steps.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
That's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen, and I can't explain why. Because like, oh yeah, she's walking down the steps backwards.
because
Ooh,
so unnatural. You
it's
know.
unnatural, which is similar to. So we're gonna like. Well, actually, do you have any other final thoughts on Bring Her Back? All right, cool. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
if you like horror movies, go see Bring Her Back. I think
go
it's
see
worth
it
at least one watch, like Kenny said.
one one watch because I'm not even sure you guys. If I met someone who was like, "Yeah, man, I be watching Bring Her Back every day,"
Now
they
we
stay away from me
yeah we ain't friends no more.
because you're
I
not
can't
cool.
talk to you.
You're not
Yeah,
normal.
yeah. So,
You
something
need
wrong with you.
some therapy, therapize.
Yeah,
Tell us
everybody's
you can do it in the car. You can,
telehealth.
you know what I
You don't even need to leave your house. You know what? Because of what you just said, you shouldn't leave your house. I'll send a
mean?
therapist to you.
Right. But yeah, so we're going to transition to our other topic, which is essentially movies throughout the history of movies that have disturbed us. And
Yeah.
y'all, I really want y'all to put your own movies that have disturbed you into the comments. We're going to talk about those movies if we've seen them, of course. Which we're cinephiles. Zach is a baby cinephile. I'm essentially a toddler cinephile. So yeah, man, like we're going to get into that. So, but yeah, we actually have our first one right here, Midsummer, which is so funny because me and Zach were talking about this before the stream, Midsummer, in and of itself, and I am one of the few humans on this planet that don't really care for Midsummer. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's not worth the hype that other people give it, but I watch it and why are these white people yelling? Like what's happening here? What like leave, go home. Like so I had all these thoughts of this movie while I was watching. Now there is one point that is disturbing. That's the old head like falling and smashing his head on that rock. That was disturbing.
That was
And
definitely disturbing.
also want to point out, be clarification analyzed. I'm tired, so I'm just going to say a bunch of words that don't exist. Um, it doesn't just have to be a disturbing movie. It could be a disturbing scene in a movie. It could be
Yeah.
one part of a movie that is disturbing. Like so,
Yeah.
anything that you guys found disturbing, horror movie or not, let us know in the comments for sure.
Yeah. For me, Midsummer, I actually do like it. It's one of my favorite horror movies because it was so creepy and disturbing to me, but it was broad daylight. And usually the most
Mm,
scary movies are pitch black. Sometimes you can't even see what's going on. And
yeah.
the fact that I think 90% of the movie is in broad daylight and the only night scene is in the extended edition. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was just like whoa, and yeah, the smashing of the head, and then the like that scene where he was naked and they were just doing whatever it was doing. It was just a lot of weird, disturbing stuff
A
going
lot
on
of
in that
weird shit
film. So
going
yeah,
on.
a lot of weird stuff. Even it opening with like a murder suicide. It was just it's a lot.
I
It was
don't
just a
remember.
lot.
It's I haven't seen it since I saw it. If that makes any sense. And it
So
came out.
Florence Pugh's sister committed suicide but killed their parents in the process.
I don't remember that
That's why
at all.
she's so depressed and messed up the whole movie and lost and clinging to her boyfriend and all that good stuff.
Got you. Prince, aka the Asian action assassin. Whoosh. Welcome. Um, I ask you a question, Zach, because you have seen both and enjoy both. Would you pick Hereditary over Midsummer?
1000%.
I would
Not
too.
not even a question.
Yeah, because somebody lost her head in Hereditary, and that fucked me up forever.
Let's talk
So,
about it. I think this is on my list as
yeah,
one of the most disturbing films I've seen. I saw all this hype for it because I'm a baby cinephile. I just started to get deep into movies just a couple years ago, so there's a couple movies
mhm,
that are recent that I didn't see right away. So Hereditary is one of those.
yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah.
The scene where the little daughter head gets smashed off by the pole and then he goes home and the scream that Tony Collette lets out was some of the most bone
Mhm.
chilling moments. And then the way they built it up, they made me think they were going to show the head and then they showed it. I was like, oh
Yo, they really did like fake you out. I was like, oh, they're
yeah.
not going to show it. What the fuck?
And then they show Arias as a sick bastard. And then
Yeah.
the not even before the head chopping off scene, just her crawl up on the ceiling behind him. Oh my god, the head banging scene on the door.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
god.
want to talk about like disturbing imagery, like the things that made me feel uneasy. That when she was on that ceiling, when she was in the corner of the wall, like Spider
Yes.
Man, I was like, oh my god. Actually, as a matter of fact, during my review, which I probably shouldn't tell you guys so I don't scare you away from watching it, there are some. Who the hell is Flapside? There are some. There are some images from Hereditary in the review, and like part of that was like the headbanging part. But there's another part I was watching like during the scene because I was looking for it on YouTube where she's just in the darkness standing in the doorway and you can only see like the outline of her face and her eyes. And just looking at it was freaking disturbing. Midsummer is
Yeah.
like I remember like my
Hereditary, you mean?
I'm sorry, yeah, Hereditary. I remember my friend went to go see it, and he like we're Christians, right? And he was like, my spirit was disturbed, and I kept thinking about walking out because this thing was demonic. But he's a
Damn.
cinephile, so he stayed through it. So, but,
He said both of my cultures is pulling at
right.
me right now.
And then when I went to go see it, I was like, we've been to throw some oil up in this there. We need Jesus in this theater. But yeah, man, like yo, the Hereditary
Oh,
is
I wish I saw it in the theaters. Oh my
yeah
god, I wish I got to see it in
that
theaters. If it gets
that's the thing.
re-released, I'm going to go see that
If it gets
because
re-released, I wish you best of luck because I'm never watching that movie again.
best of luck. Oh, the head smashing scene too. When he
What
smashed his
scene was
nose
that?
into the
Oh yeah,
table.
yeah,
Yeah, and then he
yeah,
looked into the mirror and the person was smiling. Oh my god.
yeah. That was fucked up. But another thing that T brings up is the ending of the movie Men Needn't Had Ever Been. Yo, the
That's
end.
on my list as well.
That's yo when that the Russian doll thing
Yeah,
where it just comes out one after it just kept going
it just kept going.
and puking and more things and the men and what
And men.
what was that movie? I walked out like what the fuck is this movie? Like in
Well,
like the
I was
crazy
like, is
part
this
is
gonna stop? And it was like, oh no, it's not. It's gonna keep
it
going until you
didn't
can't handle it no
stop.
more.
It kept going. And that was what shaped my opinion of A24. Like that I've seen
Mm,
A24 movies before, but this was like, oh, this is an A24 movie. This is what we do.
yeah,
This is why my the phrase I always use sometimes is an oxymoron. But the phrase I always use is like, oh, they went full A24.
yeah,
They just pushed it all to the front of
yeah.
the table.
Full
And
bonkers.
Men was so damn creepy because even when you get like I feel like that part of the movie almost overshadows everything else that happened because
Yeah,
there's a lot of creepy shit that happens in that movie. Like
yeah.
when wasn't this just outside of the house and they're trying to figure out like what the hell is that movie is fucked up.
It's really really effed up. But
Yeah.
what I love about it is the fact that it's not just disturbing imagery for disturbing imagery's sake, like some movies are, or just
Mm-hmm.
creepy and disturbing. For, like it has like some metaphorical meaning. Like that
Yep.
ending had something in there, and there's like stuff tied to history. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that as well because I was watching it at first. I was like, what? Why? Right? Like,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things like I know this means something. They're not doing this just cause. So like I looked at it, I was like, oh, the Green Man, okay, that's about fertility and the whole like weird scene at the end that he was like that shouldn't have been filmed. That's the passing down of toxic masculinity to man to man to man to man until her husband comes out and showing that he had it as well. It was so gross though.
That yeah. Yeah, that.
Yeah, man, woo.
Men was not fun. It was a good movie. So that's another thing with horror movies too.
Yeah.
Was Bring Her Back fun to you? It wasn't fun, but it was good, right? I think that's such an interesting thing about entertainment. Like this, I did not. It's almost like can I not say that I enjoyed myself? Right? It would be weird for me to say I didn't enjoy myself because I
Yeah.
did, but this wasn't
Yeah.
fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's that kind of like dichotomy, dichotomy. You know what I mean? I'm making them words, by the way.
I see.
Uh,
I think you meant dichotomy.
the Doxa trip, you know what I mean? The Doxa Trimite of the
You sound like you about
situation.
to summon something.
Yo,
You sound like you about to you saying some prayers to summon something behind you.
you
Oh
summoned
man.
me, sir? No, no, I did
No.
not, nigga. Uh,
My bad.
my bad.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying though. Like that, when people say that wasn't fun, it's like, but did it grab you intellectually? Did it grab you emotionally? Like,
Yep,
I love The Whale. That movie's not fun to
at
watch,
all, at all.
but I loved it.
Depressed,
It was cathartic.
depressing.
I got a really good cry out of that movie.
Mm, yeah,
So not all movies have to be fun. I think that is something that I think some people mistake and think like every movie has to be just an escape and has to be fun. No,
yeah,
they have their place, right? I love
hmm
a good fun movie where like I had fun in Escape the Mission Impossible Final
yep,
Reckoning,
yeah.
but Bring Her Back brought me back to reality.
At the end of the day, I think I just want to feel something, right?
Yeah,
Like whether it's joy, whether it's excitement, or whether it's being disturbed, I
Disturbed.
want to
Yeah,
be emotionally moved because I always rate boring movies as the worst. Like as the worst movies on my letterbox ranking list, right? The ones
yeah,
that end up at the bottom are the ones that didn't move me in any direction at all. Even
yeah,
like for last year, we talk about this all the time. I feel like we talk about this a lot. But
yeah,
Madam Web isn't at the very bottom because I had fun watching how bad it was, right?
yeah,
And then something else like God, Borderlands from last year. I could not wait to get out of that theater. I was so
yeah. Two
bored.
example, two bad movies, but one is
Yeah,
fun to watch and one is not.
yeah. So at the end of the day, I just want to feel something, man. And
Yeah,
Bring It Back made
and
me
we're talking
feel
about feeling disturbed. So another one
right.
I have on my list. I don't know if everyone has seen it. It's a French horror film from Neon Catane.
Oh,
This
Titanium.
movie
Yeah,
is weird and
I've never seen
disturbing.
it.
It's about a car show model, I guess,
Hmm.
who is a serial killer.
Oh,
And there's a scene where she has sex with a car. I was like, what the hell's happening right now? And then,
flag, flag.
and,
Time out. What's happening?
yeah, and then, so I was like, okay, so something's wrong with her. And then, or them, because at this point, I don't even know. They slash them.
This is a sick Negro.
And then they take them to the house and try to do stuff, and then it's just serial killer stuff happens. But then the movie shifts into something. The movie is weird as hell. It has some really weird imagery. The last scene, Quite Like Men, was really disturbing. But unlike Men, I'm not sure what it meant. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I
Hmm.
watched it because
Okay.
everyone was talking about it.
Hmm.
But I ain't watching that movie again
Yeah.
because I saw some things in there. I saw somebody have birth of a car. I was like, you know what? You good to Tane. Win
Yeah.
your awards.
Yeah. Let's
I
wrap
ain't
this up.
watching you again because you made me almost throw up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't do that during movies. I don't really gag during movies.
Yeah. That wasn't one, but I remember. Like I hadn't seen that one, and I really don't want to see people have sex with cars. But one thing I also don't want to see typically is people get the back of their head eaten out like Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers, the
Ooh.
first one was because the second one turned into like your typical horror slasher film, but it was
Yeah.
still creepy because somebody got the anytime an Achilles tendon gets sliced, I feel it, right? So it's always bad. But Jeepers Creepers, the first one was all about like fear and whether or not like if you weren't afraid, you would survive. And
Mm,
what's his name? Who was a famous actor now? I can't remember. I think Justin Long was it? Was that Justin Long in Jeepers Creepers?
probably.
Yeah, he got the back of his head and out and eaten out, and I that was the first time where I realized that the protagonist might not win or might not
Yeah.
survive. Like
Yeah.
that was a shift in my movie watching when I saw that movie because I was like because he gets captured at the end, right? Because he's afraid. The
Yeah.
Jeeper, the Jeepers Creepers or Jeep, as some call him, just pulled him
Jeep.
up and flew away with him. So by the end of that movie, or at the end of the movie, so I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna form a rescue squad. They're gonna go out and get him, and they didn't. So and so the last thing that you see is you see eyes in the back of like it's hard to even like so if you were putting on a mask, that's how Jeepers Creepers put on his face and was blinking through his face. I was like, damn, that young man died.
Yeah.
And I was a kid when I watched it. I feel like they came out in 2002. So if that came out in 2002, I was 12.
Came
Um,
out 2001. You were 11.
I was 11, and I had seen that. So yeah, that was disturbing as all hell. I did not realize that was when it changed for me. Oh, the protagonist could catch it, and the movie would end.
And the movie would end is hilarious, but yeah, true. Yeah,
Yeah,
the movie just ends. Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I remember clearly watching Jeepers Creepers as a kid, and I remember being terrified of scarecrows because of that.
mm,
One of the scariest looks for a villain that I've seen. Knowing that I was
yeah,
like, oh, I never want to go to like any area like that. I still kind of have some of that residual trauma of like I don't want to go anywhere where there's cornfields. Like I don't
hmm
want to go anywhere where I can't run to somebody like miles away because Jeepers Creepers can pick me up and then I'm dead.
you're out. You're gone.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And another movie similar to what you're talking about that disturbed me that came out recently was When Evil Lurks. What's up, Kal?
What up, Cal?
I don't know if you've seen that movie when that came out. I think it maybe a year or 2 years ago. When Evil Lurks,
Yeah,
Spanish horror
you
film.
told me to watch it, and I did. And
Yeah.
that,
Ooh, you talk about somebody getting in the back of the head, like the kid scene. That
oh,
just how casual because it was so casual. That's what disturbed me. He's looking around and you just walk around and she's just pulling the brain, eating. I was like, what is that? But even before that, the dog with the little
oh,
girl.
that's what I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about when the dog ate the kid.
No, no, no. So yeah, that was the story. But later in the movie, there's another kid that one of the zombie things get, and they're just digging in his head and eating it, the the
Yeah,
the,
nah.
the brains. And I was just like, what is going on? Usually these things are built up to. They warn you like, okay, the music is gonna hit, and you're about to see some messed up stuff. They were like, nah, she's just walking by, yum 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 yum, and I'm like, what the? So because foreign horror goes there, right? Like when you're watching a foreign movie, they will go past where American movies will go. Like you said, we're
Yeah,
used to the good guys overcoming. We're used to, kids and older people usually being okay. But foreign horror, they do not care about nobody. They're mean as hell. And yeah, When Evil Lurks disturbed the hell. I remember watching that movie, and by the time I got to the end, I was like, yeah, I can't do this again.
yeah. Real good. So T says, I don't care what it meant. I'm upset I watched it. That was
Watch it.
where men when it's just pouring other men out of their body. Yo, that joint was coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
That joint was crazy. Couldn't have been weirder than that movie meant. Yeah,
Nah,
that was one.
Tatane was
Oh, wait, wait,
pretty
wait.
weird.
Let's not skip over this. Collector Movie Man donates $1.99 to our guy Zach. Zach,
Appreciate
tomorrow
you.
tickets go on sale for Fantastic Four. Are you getting your tickets tomorrow?
Word. Me? No. I'm gonna wait till
Okay.
like the week before.
Really? So you want to
Yeah, I
sit?
don't think it's gonna be.
You want to sit up there
I don't
to
think it's gonna be that
to the
bad.
right.
To the right.
You want to sit all the way up to the right. You either gonna be up there in the right, or you gonna be right in the front, looking up like this.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I've never had a good superhero tickets that far in advance.
I don't want to, but I think I'm going. You know what's funny? I actually already put in PCO like 2 months ago for that movie. Cause I know I'm just
Yeah.
going to that. Yeah, because I don't want it to be spoiled. and I'm trying to go to the first showing, and I don't want to be messing with people. Also, I don't take a lot of PTO, so PTO I usually take on days where I'm going to go see a movie I really want to see in the middle of the day. But yeah,
Gotcha.
y'all said it before I could finish typing. Men was artsy garbage. Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Garbage.
I'm gonna try it. Garbalia Duki. Garbalia Duki. Yeah. Watching Sinners today. Oh, that's what's up.
Nice. Hope
Congrats,
you enjoy it,
man.
man.
It's like Cal said, congrats, Prince. That's what's up, man. Go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, we talking trauma? Oh yeah, we traumatized. We big
We
trauma out here.
traumatized.
Big traumaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, by the way, y'all, put your most traumatizing movie, scene, whatever in this joint. We're gonna keep this conversation rolling. Sup,
Yeah.
media reviews. Hello, peeps. I don't do actually scary movies, so I'll just take your word for it. I don't blame you. We have a friend, a DJ. He also doesn't do scary movies at all, which I don't blame him at all because you keeping your mind clean. You know what I mean? You're getting away from that disturbing, unless you're one of the few unlucky people to watch. God, what is The Rescuers Down Under, which is an animated, I think, Disney movie, where it's one of the most depressing movies I've ever seen. And speaking of depressing movies, my other disturbing movie, which I didn't even write down on this list, was, pardon me, the stop motion movie, not stop motion. What is the name of the movie that you had me watch last December, where I sent you my therapy bill?
Something in a snail. Memoir of a snail.
Memoir of a Snail. Yeah, disturbing. That entire film is disturbing, and it's not a horror movie. It's just really freaking depressing, and a lot of
Yeah.
it. And actually, there is some like SA in that drawing that
Yeah.
not good. That movie is disturbing as hell. But yeah, I
Yeah. There's pockets of happiness, but a lot of disturb.
those are some very small pockets. You can't put a penny in those pockets. But yeah, like that was not the great. If you have T-Mobile, you can get a $5 movie ticket to Ballerina. I'm not excited about the movie, but we'll see if $5. Hey man, you can see it on the
That's
cheap. See
fair.
it on the cheap. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I haven't bought my tickets for Ballerina yet. I'm assuming I'm going to go see it on Thursday. I don't know. I could see it on Friday because I'm off. It's my birthday weekend, so I took off for Friday and Monday because I'm a smart human being. Because I actually thought about it. Like, if I'm at work on Friday, I'm gonna be like, why am I here? So I might as well
Mm.
just. I remember one time it was like my birthday. I didn't have anything to do. I was like, I ain't got nothing to do. Let me go to work. It was one of the worst days I had ever had at my job. I was like, I will never work on my birthday again. Kenny, you tried. I appreciate the effort. Yeah, man. The most traumatizing movie for me was Hannibal Lecter. I woke up at
Mm.
one of the worst scenes was when he was cutting open the person's head and sticking a fork in his brain and eating it. Well, that would qualify for sure as disturbing. I don't think I've seen
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter. I did see Silence of the Lambs, and that wasn't fun. It's a
Yeah.
great movie, but it's not. You don't put that on casually. That's for sure.
Yeah. Nah, it's creepy. You good?
I mean, I'm dying a little bit. I was.
Okay.
He said I was 13 when I saw it. Yeah, yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do it for you.
Keep your mind clean, aka you scared to go to church.
Yeah. Go to
If you scared
church.
to
Don't
go
go
to
watch the movies.
church, 100%. Actually, funnily enough, DJ's a pastor, so
That's true.
yeah,
It makes sense. He was
that
going to
makes
church.
sense. Um, is there at least hot pockets though?
I think when I said small pockets of
Ah, yeah. I used to live off hot pockets. Um, Oh yeah, Memoirs of Snail was a journey, a good one though. Yeah, it was good, but I'm never going on that journey again. That's for sure.
I've
Um,
heard this movie is fucked up.
Nightingale fucked me up. Not the ending, the beginning. Obviously, I've never seen it, and actually, I've never heard of it. So yeah, I'll look to see if I can handle it because you actually told me about a movie that you watched earlier this year that I was like, I think I'm good. I think it was it something Cinderella. It was
Oh, the
something
ugly stepsister.
ugly stepsister. You were like they broke her nose with a thingamajig, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let them have it.
That
They
should
can
go
have
definitely on the list of disturbing movies that I've seen this year. Just
it.
the things that they used to put women through back in the day, like what they used to do for nose surgery or sewing the eyelashes into your actual eyelid. That shit blew my mind. I did not know they used to do that. That was crazy. Her eating a tapeworm so she could get skitty.
That sounds awful.
It was awful, and the sounds, and there's a scene where she throws up the eggs.
The
It
eggs.
was bad. The ending scene is one of the most horrific scenes I've seen all year. Like, we talk about Bring Her Back is bad. The ugly stepsister is pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that one. Just like I'm gonna skip Terrifier because I will never watch Terrifier. I'm pretty convinced at this point, and I'm good.
I gotta talk about it right now, right?
Talk about it.
So, Terrifier 2. Never saw Terrifier 1. Was never
Okay.
interested in watching Terrifier because every time someone talks about Terrifier franchise, it's never about the story or the characters. It's always about how brutal the movie is, and that's not the type of movies I want to watch for the
Yeah.
most part. If it's just brutal for brutal sake, even though I like
Hmm.
zombie movies, but most of the time
Yeah.
zombie movies has like humanity and heart in it. Terrifier
Right.
does not.
There's an
So
underlying lesson.
yeah, so I watched I watched her live stream, so you can see my face. I have a watch along for Terrifier 2, so you can see our reaction to it. I watched it with Perp Minded, friend of the channel, and a couple other people that are friends of the channel. And yeah, that movie is, you talk about mean spirited. It makes
Hmm.
Evil Dead Rise look like a PG movie. It is so messed up, and it just gets meaner and meaner and meaner and meaner and more gory and more messed up as the movie goes. I have to give them applause because the movie knows what it is and it
Hmm.
executes it at 100%. It's just not for me. I'm not.
Yeah.
I was not watching Terrifier 3. I'm not watching any other Terrifier franchise. I'm glad that I saw it so I know, like, say, yeah, don't recommend me movies like this. This is not for me. I was very perturbed. There's a particular scene that was really famous from that second movie where he basically peeled the skin off his victim, but they were still alive. So it was rough, and I
Yeah.
was just like, why are we laughing? What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
This is not funny.
You was watching it with some young folk, wasn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, like so for me, fingernails, teeth, obviously toenails, like any kind of nails or teeth, just or skin peel, can't do it. Even if I'm watching like a suspense thriller and it's like they're doing like a torture scene,
I'll just say that. Yeah,
can't do it. I'll
they did
literally
it in what's it
turn the
called?
movie off.
What's that movie? The action movie where he can't feel anything.
Oh, Novocaine.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, I
peeling his
was covering my
nails.
eyes during that too. I can't do it. Cannot do it. That torture scene in the bad guy's room where he's taking his nails out, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Did you see this movie? Something Strange About the Johns. I had this on my list.
I keep hearing about this movie. I've never seen it, but I keep hearing about it. And
This is Ari Aster's first film,
okay,
and it is really messed up. That because I remember I kept talking about it, and I was like, okay, cool, it's some cool horror short film. Watched it, and I was like, what, who, why, where, who made this? Who's Ari Aster? What's wrong with you?
hot take. Oh, first of all, thank you so much for the birthday wishes, man. I really appreciate that. Can't say thank you enough. You the man, you the man collector movie man. But yeah, like I'm gonna say something that's gonna be said.
Oh boy.
I take. I don't like Ari Aster. Like I feel like he's one of the few directors who I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm good. because
Not for
I
you.
think it was Midsummer. It
Yeah.
was.
You like Hereditary?
I do like Hereditary. So it's not
Bo was
all bad.
Afraid.
Bo's Afraid. I hated Bo's Afraid. Um, yeah. So everything I've seen from him, and what Men was Ari Aster too.
No, that's Alex Garland.
Alex Garland, got you. So yeah, like I am not a big
Fan
Ari
of his
Aster
style.
fan. Yeah, he's just not. He's not for me. Men was good. Men was good, but oh no, I'm sorry, just didn't do Men.
Hereditary.
Hereditary was good, but other than
He
that,
produced Dream Scenario. That's good.
I did like that.
Yeah.
But his films that he directed, not a fan. So let's.
He's one in three for you, or one in how many movies he got? He got three, right? Yeah, one in three.
Oh yeah, so Midsummer, Hereditary, Beau's Afraid, Eddington, which I think is coming out later this year actually. Which is
Yeah,
funny. I'm actually looking forward to that movie because it looks good, and or it looks interesting, I should say. But
yeah.
yeah, he's 1 and 2 for me, um, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hopefully he's two for
whoa.
two.
Let's see. So I think yep, we just read that one. Stoked for Ballerina, so am I.
Yeah, me
I
too.
gotta get my tickets. I think
I'm seeing it Thursday.
you're seeing the movie on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm getting off work earlier than they changed my Thursday schedule, so I'm getting off work earlier.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going work, therapy, movie.
Oh, that's terrible news. Terrible news.
Why is that
Terrible for
terrible
me
news?
because man, I'm jealous of you. Okay, I got a jealous heart. I got jealousy
What are
in
you
my
talking
carotid
about?
in my carotid arteries. So
What you got
this
jealous for?
guy. So I see movies on Thursday typically every Thursday, right? We will see the same movie. He will see it on Friday. He will have his review out the same night. I won't have my review out until the next Tuesday because my brain is scattered 90% of the time. I'm like, yo, how did he get his movie out that fast or his review out that fast? This man will go see a movie, get out of the movie at like 9 o'clock at night, go home and have the review out. I don't know how he works so fast. Probably because he's single. Mm-hmm. He ain't got no
Yeah,
responsibility.
I don't got no pet. I don't got no girl. So I don't
See,
gotta answer nobody.
you need to get a dog. That's what you need. Teach
I
you
don't know.
personal
I
responsibility.
got a plant. I got a plant right now that I'm trying to keep alive. So that's enough.
Yo, we have a lot of comments, and I just realized how far behind we are.
Let's keep it going. And before we
The
get to the
original
rest,
Carrie was also pretty disturbing. Yes, it was. When I watched it as a kid, but the house that Jack built in Jacob's Ladder really did things to me. Still not right about. I haven't seen those last two, but I did see Carrie. It sounds like you saw those two.
I saw some of the house that Jack built, and I turned that shit off. I was like, yeah, I'm good. This is no one's forcing me to watch it. I'm
Sub says, sub. Like I don't know her name. Kara says,
good.
my husband refuses to work on his birthday. I don't mind as long as I have birthday plans. I totally get that, but yeah, I had that one bad day on my birthday at work. I was like, I chose to be here. I didn't have to be here, and I was, and this is what
I've
happened.
only worked on my birthday one time because I ran out of PTO, and
Mhm.
never ever again. I make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, something about birthdays and work is just like you shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Nightingale, it's on Hulu. Director of Babadook. I have not seen Babadook.
I gotta see the Babadook. I heard that was a great film.
Yeah. Fellas, has the movie year been low tier or are you pleased?
Ooh,
That's an interesting question because I feel like if you were to ask me that like a month and a half ago, I've been like, this movie year has been asinine, asinine. But recently, I've been getting banger after banger after banger for real, for real. So ever since I feel like once
summer started.
Warfare hit, it was
Yeah, yeah.
Warfare, then it was Sinners, and then it was I think there was a lull that next weekend. But I did enjoy Ochi,
The Legend of Ochi.
Legend of Ochi. I did enjoy
I
that.
think we also got Death of Unicorn
Death of
after those two,
Unicorn,
and I like
yep,
that a lot too.
that was good. Magazine Dreams was good. We saw that. Like,
Yeah,
We saw
way before.
we saw that before the boom started. Let me actually go to my letterbox because I can actually tell you because a lot of my top 10 is coming from the last month and a half, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
the first 3.5 to 4 months of this year was rough.
slow.
It was really really rough. I saw Nazar too, so I got my favorite movie of the year right there so far.
Yeah.
And something
Yep.
might top it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to watch it because you watched the first one, and you liked it,
I really
and the
did like.
second one is way better than the first one. So,
Okay. Yeah. Friendship came out.
oh, so
Mickey
good,
17,
so
Thunderbolts.
good, yes,
Friendship was
so
great.
good,
Um,
yeah,
Thunderbolts. Yeah, Mickey 17. I think that was before the boom. Tornado. I just saw. If you guys haven't heard of Tornado, I highly recommend it. It's a very good small uh, samurai revenge film set in the West back in the day. I don't know when I say the West, I
Companion,
mean, Companion was great. That started at the beginning of the year. Black Bag was good. Um,
Final Destination,
Final Destination. Oh yeah, Final Destination. Mission
love that.
Impossible was good.
Yeah,
I am a little down on that movie, a little bit, but it was good. And then there was other
My
movies that
Dead
came
Friend
out.
Zoe.
My Death and Zoe was great. That
Yeah,
was before the boom, but that was really good. Actually, I think I watched that and Magazine Dreams within days of each other. Actually,
yeah.
it might have been the next day because they were both about to expire. That's back when I was actually getting
Screeners.
screeners. I haven't gotten a screener since Magazine Dreams. Um,
Somebody emailed me just now because they saw my Bring Her Back review and was like, "Hey, do you want to review my Tubi movie?" And I was like, "Oh shit!"
oh, cool. Yes,
I
say
looked into
yes.
it.
Yeah,
I
tell
looked
them to
into
pay
it.
you in whatever coins they got over there in Russia. I don't know where they're from. I don't know why I said that. But no, like, yeah, do it, man.
I think the year is going to get better. The second half of the year is going to be better than the first half of the year. We have
I
weapons coming out. Actually, I don't want to talk too much about it because I think we're going to talk about not this stream. We're going to talk about our most anticipated movies coming up for the rest of the year
yeah. Oh, you know
in a
what?
separate live stream.
That gentleman that emailed you about bringing her back.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah.
Oop.
Oh, my bad. Terrifier is just nasty.
It's just nasty.
Oh, by the way, what you said earlier, I will watch Terrifier if I watch it with other people, but it might be the only one I watch. Because if you're that disturbed by it, I'm a punk, so I know I'm going to be disturbed.
I will watch it with you.
I feel like
Just just to
I
get
feel
so
like
you can
I'm
experience. Say
scared.
you watched it and
Yeah,
just like, okay, I saw it.
I'm scared for some reason. I don't know why. Only seen Terrifier 1. I like slashes, but the older I get, torture porn is just torture corn. I
No,
think you're supposed to say corn on YouTube.
yeah,
It's just not enough for me.
corn is crazy.
Um, the first one is bad. Can't imagine how worse two can get. From my understanding, from the young people who we interact with, um, the second one is much better than the first. Because we like a lot of the people who tell us that Terrifier is great are like high schoolers who are like, yeah, Terrifier, all the blood and gore, and they're also Norwegian and they also go by Batman. Um,
Also Norwegian. It's crazy. Yeah, most people who like Terrifier always say the first one's not that great, and it's the second
that's what
one
I've
where
heard.
it
Yeah.
gets better.
It's similar to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which
Yeah,
we enjoyed the first one, even though it's
we
very
enjoyed the
bad.
first one. Yeah,
But yeah,
but
I
we
can't
knew
wait
what
to
was
watch
going on. We knew
it.
it
Yeah,
was people in suits.
right. Um, oh my God, something strange about the Johnsons is fucking wild. That's from Ariasa. Yeah, see, he
So
he
wild.
on he on drugs. I don't know that. I don't know him. See, you guys have a good night. Have a good night, collector. Stop hanging with them youngins, Zach. Them young folks gonna
Wait,
get
what do
you.
you mean, Zach? What do you mean, Zach? You just
I
said
don't hang out with
us,
the
all right?
youngins.
How dare
I don't know
you?
that. I don't know the youngins.
I don't like how you saying that. This sounds
No,
weird
I'm
now.
just saying, like, I mean, you be influenced by the young folk. You gonna be talking about something. What the hell you in a couple days?
What the what?
What the hell you? That's what the kids say now.
What is that?
I don't know, man. We
I
getting
don't
old.
like it.
You just
Let's
turned
ban that shit.
35. I turned 35 on Monday. We old, bro. Our generation is gone. We gone.
That's
We out.
crazy how our birthday is so close to each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's because we're cinema soulmates. You know what I'm saying? That's what we
It
should
was
call
meant
our
to be.
live stream. Cinema
The
soulmates.
soulmates. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We just got a new name, guys.
Put your soul.
I'm gonna make a poll though.
Mm-hmm.
40% of the last poll said they like horror movies. That means the rest did not. Oh, the other 40% said sometimes.
Gotcha. We're about to get a lot of comments about that soulmate stuff. Happy birthday, Kenny and Joy. Much appreciated. Kenneth. The only person who calls me Kenneth is my wife when she's upset. Don't watch it. Reconsider. Read some literature. Don't watch it. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. You sure? Okay. That was great. I went silent because I was trying to remember the rest of the lyrics and I blinked. Bring it back like chiropractic. Anyway, Maddie Webb might be the most disturbing film in a while. That's funny. Somebody on my comments of my Bring Her Back review was like, I asked a question, what's the most disturbing movie you've ever seen? And somebody was like, Thor:
Saw that. Thor: Love and Thunder.
That was funny. Let That Man Live. Single Life is underrated. His girl might not let him off the porch. You might be, oh my God, I was about to say something super racist. I don't even know why that thought crossed my mind.
I'm glad that you caught yourself. I was like, exit stream.
I'm messaging you right now.
If I had a remote, I would have turned it on too. Oh, you were in the theater when you watched The House That Jack Built? Yo. Kenny. What is wrong with you?
I don't know where that came from. That's definitely never going to hit the stream.
Oh my God. Yeah, nah, we not saying that out loud. That's
what?
Nuts. Anyway, but let's talk about a scene. I don't know if you saw this movie from last year.
Okay.
But this is maybe not the whole movie's disturbing, but there's the opening sequence in this movie is an oddity. Mm-hmm. It's a Shudder horror film.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of the movie is that a twin sister was killed, and she's trying to figure out why and who. And the twin sister that's alive is a psychic, so she kind of can touch things and see like stuff. And she also has control of. Well, I don't know if she has control of it, but basically, the opening sequence is the regular sister that's not a psychic. Being alone in her house. It's a big ass house. Of course, it's like in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. Mm-hmm. And her husband's like patient got out of the hospital and comes to her front door, and she recognizes him, and he's telling her, "Hey, I need you to let me in. There's someone in your house. I saw them and they looked scary." And she's like, you look like the person that's scary. Right. He did look scary. Because the way they set it up is stereotypical like horror movie. He looks like the guy that's going to come in and do something. So he keeps telling her, and they're having this conversation. And the way the house is set up and lit is like she has like a tent. And I think she was supposed to bring it outside to like have a thing in the woods. And the tent has a light in it. But the hallways are just dark as shit. So she's looking around and she can't see or hear anything. And he's like, you gotta let me in. And then she wouldn't let him in. So he's like, I'm gonna go patrol around to see if I see this person. Right? Mm-hmm. He leaves and she thinks it's all good. And the person that he saw comes in. And the way they shot what happened next, I was just like, it was like in my head, like if I was in my house. And you know how like sometimes you wake up and you see something in the corner and you think it's somebody there, but it's like you left your jacket on your chair or something like that. Yeah. It's like that, but if it was actually a person, and you just got, it was terrible. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this movie about to be lit." If this is the opening scene, this is about to be lit. That terrified me and disturbed me. I had to have my lamp on to sleep that night because I was like, that was creepy. Yeah. The rest of the movie is okay. I think it's.
I was just about to ask you, like, so I don't have an answer in my head right now, but the question just came up in my head. What's a horror movie that started off like mad scary, opening scene was like crazy, and then the rest of the movie was like, it's all right.
The Black Phone.
The Black Phone is one. Your favorite horror movie from 2 years ago. Black
Oh
Phone 2
God.
is coming out. I know you're excited. The trailer for the second one looks good.
That's why I said this looks good. I hope it's better than the first one.
Mm-hmm. Terrifier 1 is cool, worth a watch, but nothing special when you come from the 90s and the 80s horror. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of which, a movie I had no business watching
Oh boy.
as a youngling, Species 2.
Oh no.
I was a child. I was at least 7 or 8 years old.
Oh
Species,
no.
if you guys don't know, is a movie about an alien woman who comes from space, and her only job is to mate with males that are in on Earth. Right? So she's an alien. She takes the form of a woman, and she has the sensual seductions with all the men of the Earth that she can find. The thing that happens is once she has sex with them, they essentially like it's almost like they become pregnant and the baby like you know what I mean? And like she's like that's kind of what happens. I don't remember. It was like the 90s. I had no business watching that movie. It was so disturbing. But I had a duality of man situation going on, right? I was a young man. There's a lot of sex scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
But it's also when the horror hits the horror, it's also horrifying. So I was like, oh, sensual seduction, traumatization. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? You know what I mean? So, you know,
I saw the first one, and yeah, that
Yeah.
shit's crazy.
I never saw the first one. I only saw the second one. The funny thing is, back in the 90s when you were a kid and you had no control, there was no on demand, or I think there was on demand in the late 90s. But it like you just watched what was on, and a lot of times what was on was a sequel to the original thing. Right? So I saw Species before I saw Species 1 out. Actually, I never seen Species 1. I saw Gremlins 2 before I saw the first one. I saw Bill and Ted's, whichever one is the second one before the first one. And the funny
Yeah.
thing is, like, that always colored my opinion of the first movie because I like Gremlins 2, A New Batch, much more than the first Gremlins movie. And same thing with the Bill and Ted joint. Like, I like the one with the robot versions of them much more than I like the first one, the one with Death. So, yeah, it really did color. Because I think we were looking at horror movies when we were like trying to put our list together. I don't think I've ever seen the first Leprechaun, but I saw Leprechaun in the Hood. I saw Leprechaun in
I
Space.
definitely saw I definitely saw those two. I don't think
I
I've
saw
seen the first one.
Leprechaun Back to the Hood. So I don't think I've ever seen the first Leprechaun, but I definitely saw Back to the Hood.
You
But
said
yeah.
you caught yourself mid jump. what you about to say? Because that was crazy.
Yeah, that was whew.
Oddity is
Fire.
fire.
And it
The
was
ending
Bell
with the
Flame.
bell paying homage to the beginning to. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Movie sounds. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Movie sounds dope. That's how you sell a movie, Zach. Well, I can't do that by reviews because that's just spoiling the movie.
Yep.
Man needed his nightlight. Don't ever talk tough to me again, bruh.
Yeah,
Cal,
that's
you
wild.
know I know too much about you for you to be talking like that.
Damn.
He said, "Oh, you needed a nightlight. If I wasn't so scared, I'll watch it." It was just a really tough opening scene.
Yo, real talk.
Oh shoot!
What? This
He just bought all the Species movies.
Never seen them. She's a space. She's a space guy.
That's crazy.
I mean, that is an accurate description. That's an accurate description. I actually wanted to see the Species chick. I actually wanted the Species chick to find. All right, y'all, listen.
What the hell is going on?
What
What did he say?
what is going on?
So we need we need better help as a sponsor because they be sponsoring everybody else, but they need to sponsor us because we got a lot of people in our stream in our chat, as the kids call it, that need some therapy, including ourselves. But yeah, better help if you hear this. Holler at us.
You got your first patient because Useless is out here wilding.
Movies that started crazy and Peter off. Ghost Ship. Yes, yes, they had the sling and the cable, take everybody out, cut them in half. Rest of the movie was boring as hell.
Really, I never seen Ghost Ship, so it
Ghost
started
Ship.
off strong and then it was boring.
You can watch the first scene and turn the movie off.
Damn,
like legit.
that's a good cast too.
It does. Sounds like a movie that will keep your chastity belt. Keep with your chastity belt. I can't talk. Please read for me. I can't talk. Anyway, Leprechaun 1 is the best one. Those flicks is I cannot talk.
Leprechaun 1 is the best one. Love those flicks except Origins. User skills dying.
Origins movie.
I know we aren't slut shaming aliens who want to save their species. She's doing it for the gram. The
not
space
during
gram.
Pride Month. We're not slut shaming aliens during Pride Month. That's not what we. Oh, by the way, happy Pride Month to all those who celebrate. Big pride out here. Happy Pride
and all
Month.
the allies.
Yeah, celebrate your freedom. Celebrate your fights for your freedoms. Celebrate all that. You deserve it. You deserve your rights. 100%.
Yeah.
1000%. Yeah.
Not better. Not better help.
I swear they sponsor everybody, yo.
Yeah.
Oops, my bad. Yeah, Ghost Ship is all right though. Oh yes, Resident Evil Raccoon City. First 5 minutes is good. The rest is super trash. I thought you were talking about a different movie. I haven't seen that one, but have you seen?
I haven't seen any of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, Cece gonna jump you in the chat. Cece loves the Resident Evil movies. Yeah. But the first Resident Evil, you haven't even seen it. I can't even. But yeah, there's a laser scene. Cuts this nigga to bits. It is crazy, and it happens so slow. It's also in the trailer for some reason. But yeah, it was really good. So, moving right along to the rest of our list.
Yeah. What you got next?
No! Don't skip over this. Don't skip over that.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. CC gonna beat you up, dog. I have Don't Breathe.
Oh, yeah.
So, if y'all have seen or have not seen Don't Breathe, let me tell you something. The first 90% of the movie is just a blind man taking out these people who tried to rob his house and didn't know he was about that life. And then we get to the basement scene where someone's being artificially inseminated and suspended from the ground. And it's like, what the fuck just happened?
The thing is, it wasn't artificial.
Oh.
He was using a turkey baster kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was y'all, because I remember being in the theater and I was like, what the hell is going on? Where did this come from?
Time, revenge, like people.
I was on his side.
Yeah, we were on his side. Why would you rob a blind man's house? What's wrong with you? You get what you deserve. But then we get to that basement and it's like, hey.
Whoa.
Take this.
You deserve to get robbed. Right. Take everything.
Rob all of it. Like, take it. Yo, what's crazy is the second movie is actually really good and tries to do like a redemption arc. It's
no.
Yeah.
No. I haven't seen the second one. No. There's no redeeming.
Yeah.
Did he drag the girl back?
Oh my God, yeah.
In the first one?
Yeah. That
perturbed me. I remember the shared. This is why I love the theater. I remember the shared experience of watching Don't Breathe because Don't Breathe came out a while ago, so there was still a lot of people going to the theater to see movies and like consistently. And I just remember when the white stuff was showed. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Everybody was kind of like, you could hear everybody starting to like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah,
And he did the thing, or it was about to do the thing, and I was like, whoa, what am I watching?
Yeah. Then he tried to justify it.
Yeah, I was like, bruh.
Because it was like a revenge thing. He was like taking revenge on her for something or other. I don't even remember what it was.
For killing his daughter.
For killing his daughter,
I think she ran her over. Yeah.
Yeah, and he tried to.
So you have to give me another one.
Just saying these things out loud, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Who directed this?
So she ran over your daughter, and your idea was, you know what? You know
who directed this shit?
Huh?
The nigga that did Evil Dead Rise. Of course he did.
Of course.
And Alien Romulus.
Now, see, Alien Romulus is my jam.
Yeah, Alien Romulus is my
But
jam.
that was also disturbing because of the baby.
Oh, yeah. Talk about, I don't want to say the whole movie was disturbing, but the last 15 minutes is nuts.
Now, hear me out. Because Fede Alvarez did all three of these movies.
He didn't do Rise. He did 2013 Evil Dead Remake, which is
okay. Yeah, because I was going to say there's a track record with him and pregnant women.
True.
You might have
you got something going on.
You might need to go to some therapy. You might need to get better help.
Yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp,
but not sponsored.
Because we're not getting paid. But yeah, so what else we got here? I think. Hold on. Don't Breathe 1 was dope. Wait, hold on. My bad. Oh, I love Don't Breathe because it's awesome. I think it's my second favorite horror movie. Don't Breathe one was dope. The second one was whack. They just tried to make him the hero, the lesser of the evils, I guess. Yeah, it was weird. Like he's artificial. Anyway, you can't. There's certain people who can't be redeemed.
You can't bring them back.
I remember watching Prison Break, the TV show.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen it? Mm-mm. So there's a character in Prison Break that is a child, Lester, Mo, right? Mm-hmm. And he's in prison, and he apes ours.
Yeah.
Other like prisoners, and by the 4th season, they tried to make him an anti-hero. I'm like, no, well, you're not. Like, that's what we're gonna do. He was like reflecting on his past and morality. No, he killed children. Also, fondue, and was in prison.
Fonduing.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, no, sir. Like, how? Mm-mm. Absolutely not. This isn't a Winter Soldier. Like, this is man,
this is not Winter Soldier.
Is a rapist. But yeah. Don't Breathe had a lot of potential, but that basement scene threw things off. Had a bitch what moment. Yeah.
So I think everyone watching that movie did.
Right. It's all right. Resident Evil isn't for everyone. One of my all-time faves, though. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the first one. I think I saw the second one. I'm not sure if I saw anyone's past that, but the first one was actually really good. CC, he should have seen the first 3 movies. Shame on him. Yeah, man, baby cinephile.
Roll them.
Roll them. She put the cream of weed in his mouth. That
Let's move on.
I don't like the fact that I read that.
It's always Kal-El. I love you, but you always try to get us.
I think you read through that.
Yeah.
Alvarez. He loves birthing scenes. Yes, he does. Romulus was dope. Prey was better. Romulus was dope. Prey was better. I'm thinking.
I love Prey.
I love Prey. Prey is great.
Romulus is better. For me, it's all.
Romulus is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it's just. Prey is dope.
But I really enjoyed both of them. Like, because Prey was like, I keep every time we talk about this, I feel like we talk about Prey every live stream.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, this Friday, the new Predator movie comes out. Is animated, but
yeah,
they did the thing that we wanted them to do, but just in animation, which I'm pretty
yeah,
sure it seems like it's an anthology kind of thing, where
yeah,
there's an alien going through each like timeline with different types of warriors from across
yeah.
time, and like samurai and Vikings and all this stuff. But honestly, I still wish they would have just made like live action movies out of that
Me
instead
too.
of like just give, because I feel like they're like, oh, we had ideas, but now they want us to do this. No, no, do the thing that we want to pay you. We want to pay you. We want to give you our money. What
Yeah,
if you just did what we asked you to do, WWE, and then just give us, then we'll give you the money. Anyway,
yeah.
that's a whole nother story. Putting El Grande Americano in the Money in the Bank instead of CM Funk. Anyway, Godfather of Harlem is
I warned you.
wilding with those big D buster scenes. I can't. Excuse me. I
I
feel like
just saw a
this.
clip of that
I feel like this
recently.
deserves a pause. Um,
Your face.
wilding. Uh, it's always me. Come on,
It is,
it's always you. Ramos redid a lot of Alien Resurrection. It actually amalgamated a bunch of stuff from a bunch of different Alien movies.
and I think it did
But
it
it,
better
I
than
think it did it well.
Resurrection. To be honest with
Yeah, yeah. That whole final scene is Alien Resurrection actually.
you. Yeah,
But yeah. So you got anything else on your list?
yeah. I got Prisoners. The
The Hugh
who
Jackman
did I?
movie?
Yeah, didn't even know.
Yeah.
Just his the descent into madness. The scene where he's like breaking the sink,
The Sink. Yeah.
and as the hammer kept coming down, I remember the fear on Paul Dano's face. I remember the fear on Terrence Howard's face, and I felt how
Hmm.
disturbed because like I was like, we don't know if this man did this thing,
Right.
and he's clearly not fully an adult. Like he's an
Hmm.
adult body, but mentally he's not there. And
Yep.
I just felt bad for him. I felt very disturbed, but I also understood. I was disturbed about how I was tackling this grayness of this situation. Like I get
Yeah.
it. You miss your kids are missing. This is the person that you think did it, but you're going about it the wrong way.
Hmm.
And also, it's just like this poor guy who
Yeah.
we end up finding out was a victim. So
Right.
not only did he go from one victimhood, he started getting traumatized again. We talk
Yeah.
about, the kid from Oliver from Bring Her Back, not be able to. That dude is,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, that dude from Prisoners is not coming back from that. That's
Nah,
too much.
not at all. Prisoners.
And
Prisoners is one of the best movies I've ever seen. By the way.
me too.
Yeah.
And then him just getting stuck on the ground and not knowing if they actually find it. It was just so much going on in the film, but just
Yep.
the disturbing way like kids just can get just kidnapped and you just don't know where they are. There was
Just
a high
one.
chance that if Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't an unrealistic cop, because there's no cop going that hard in real life,
Yeah.
that these kids were never going to be found.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. The way it was treating Homie Bot is hilarious. Was giving me Jim Crow vibes in Romulus. Nah, Bray got that. Yeah, they was treating. I forget what his name was, but yeah, they weren't treating him
Jim
very
Crow
well.
vibes.
Yeah.
I didn't see it at all.
Oh, so
It wasn't about his skin color.
no, I remember telling you about a movie that was bad that had a disturbing scene, and that was for me Alien versus Predator Requiem, which is
Mm,
one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But it has one of the most horrifying movies I've ever seen. Remember we were talking about like Mean Spirited, and some like I feel like Mean Spirited can have like a lot of different connotations, especially when it comes to movies. But in this case, it was Mean Spirited. Just it felt like you were just a sick person who just wanted to get your horrific rocks off. There was a
mm.
pregnant woman in this movie, and one of the aliens came through and just ripped her womb open and like killed the baby. And it was like
Oh
he
my
pushed her
god.
in the baby, and I was like, "Yo, what was? No, like this is horrifying." And the movie is fucking awful. Like it, I gave it 1 star.
God.
Like it's really bad. But that's always stuck with me because it was like this is disgusting and it's unnecessary. But yeah, that was not a great image.
One movie that sounds terrible. Oh my god. One movie that I could say is disturbing. I didn't have my list originally, but I just had to look up because it's just such a messed up story. It's so messed up because it's based on a true story. It's called "Kidnap," the Hannah Anderson story,
Mm.
and it's basically this guy kidnapped, made it look like his daughter got kidnapped, but he actually just put her in his basement. He built a basement under his basement, so his wife didn't know that his daughter was there, and he was just raping her. And then she had a kid, and
No.
she was just there for years. She was like a little kid when it started, and she became like almost an adult with a kid that like was old enough to like run around and just be stuck behind those four walls. It was just so messed up. And the fact that it was based off a true story and just how cold this guy was. Like, it was to the point, the guy played the character so well. When I see him in other stuff, I'm like, you can't play a good person no more. Not after that.
Yeah.
Not after that. I just see you as this nasty man. It was just it was rough to watch.
So we talked about teeth. I didn't even write this down on my list, but you were talking about like a person who played a terrible person who went on to play other like more upsetting roles. So have you seen American History X?
No, I know you're talking about the curb stomp. Ooh, boy.
Never watching that movie again.
It's funny.
There's
It's funny that movie traumatized me even though I didn't watch it.
Yo, I had seen that scene years before I had seen the movie, and I decided to watch the movie one time, and it was not. It's a good movie, but it was not like it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the trauma experience.
Damn.
Yeah, not worth it at all. I feel like we're missing some stuff here. Okay, we read that one. It wasn't about his skin, but it happened to line up the way it just felt icky. I drew similarities. I get that.
Okay.
I get that for sure. Bro, that's a nasty film. Who talked you into watching that? SMH.
Unfortunately, I just watched it on my own.
Just press play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah.
Yo, The Ring,
Yeah.
the American version, actually, because I never watched Ringu. I watched the American version. When that girl climbed through that screen, it was disturbing in the trailer.
Yeah.
It was worse when we actually watched the movie. That was frightening. And as a matter, because also not only was it frightening, like what she was doing to people's faces, like it was that movie is horrifying. So that's another one. You saw that, right?
I have one that is a staple for me. It's something that I show people if they can handle it. It's called The Den. This is one of the most disturbing movies I've seen. It's weird because it's disturbing, but it's scary. But it's important because it's based on like stuff that can happen to people. So it's basically most of the movie, or actually all the movies, through cameras, right? Like there's never a time where like we're in the actual thing. And it starts off with this girl. She's just on her computer. She's Skyping. She's doing all the AOL. I think this movie's old, so I think AOL Messenger, working on stuff, blah, 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 blah. And the first 10 minutes is just that, right? Her living her life. And then, like, when she closes the laptop, you don't see her.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. At first, I'm like, okay, why are everybody talking about this movie? And then after that first initial thing, she didn't close her laptop. And she turned her laptop off, and then it comes back on, and someone's watching her through it. And this is where I learned about something that's actually scary and real called snuff films. And it's something on the dark web where people pay to see people kill people in real life.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. So they find people who they feel are vulnerable. Don't live with anybody, don't have kids, maybe don't have a job where people will miss them. And they record them stalking the person, and then they eventually do it, and then they sell it. It's a real thing. Didn't know that. It mostly happens in other countries, but it does happen in the U.S. sometimes. This is the first time I experienced anything about that. But this is like a fantasized version of it, right? So yeah, the movie is basically her. I think like there's a scene where she's sleeping and the guy actually came into her house and just kind of like hovered over
Hey,
her, looked at the camera, walked out, and eventually she was just like something weird is going on because she started noticing things in her house were moved and she knows she didn't move them. She's trying to tell people and no one's believing her, and eventually they get her, and it was just like it was rough. That movie terrified me. Like I didn't every time. You know how much it traumatized me? Every time we stopped doing this, I plugged my camera out like that because I have a camera that the Spoiler Kings, friends of the channel, friends in real life, bought me so I could do 1080p streaming, and I plugged this shit right out. I was like, nope, because of that movie. It was so disturbing. And then into that, another movie that I saw that was disturbing was Red Rooms. This came out last year.
I heard about that.
Similar thing about a serial killer who does snuff films, and we have this person that's a part of that's watching the trial, and we don't know if she's a fan of him or she hates him, and you're trying to figure out the whole movie what is going on, and it was so disturbing because she's just living her life. She's a model. She seems like a nice person. She has some person living in her place with her, but at certain times she's watching the videos, and it's about little girls that he's doing this to, and it's a disturbing film. It's a fascinating movie. It was one of my favorite movies from last year. It's not as disturbing as The Den, but stuff like that is scary because it's like real stuff that's happening. So The Den and Red Rooms, two movies I recommend, but it will affect you.
I feel messed up just
Yeah.
hearing about it.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
disturbed now. I'm good, I think, actually.
I don't blame you.
But like Chris said in I forget the name of the movie now. Nope, not Us.
Chris, Get Out.
No, Nope, Us, Get Out. Yeah, it's like, I'm good actually.
Kiara said, was super disturbed by ABC's of Death. It's an anthology series of short films, so 26 tiny horror shorts in one sitting. I was okay until we got
Ooh.
to hell. Oh my god.
Kiara, I thought you said that you didn't like horror movies. You
Why
giving
did
us
you
a
do that
lot
to
of
yourself?
disturbing suggestions.
Why did you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Like I don't. Yeah, we talked earlier. You never saw Signs, but there's a scene in Signs where the alien just walks across the screen, and it's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. Like, and it's like it's disturbing because it's unnerving. But it's weird. It's like the most mundane thing in the world. Like you've seen aliens walk, but it's like it was unsettlingly weird.
The execution.
The execution of it was great because something as simple as an alien coming on screen, because I feel like they built up to the suspense of it so much that once you see it, it's like, I'm uncomfortable. That's another one that's on here as well. Yeah.
Well, I feel like one that's super popular that grossed a lot of people out from last year we could talk about is The Substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best movies last year. I love this movie, but it is so gross. Like, so gross.
That last 45 minutes is...
It's a lot. I took my niece to go see this. This was the first
How old is your
movie we
niece?
went to go see. She's an adult.
Okay.
She's in college. She's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first movie we watched in theaters together. And I wanted to see her reaction. I was like, because she's very similar to me. She watches wrestling. She likes anime. She's a tomboy. All that stuff. We watched Last of Us together.
Nice.
So I wanted to see her reaction because I like these weird shits. Like my kind of films. I like weird movies like this. And she was just blown away. She understood all the themes. She understood everything the movie was going for. I was so proud of her. But when we got to those, like you said, those last 15 minutes, she was looking at me like, Uncle Zach, Uncle Z, what is going on? I was like, I don't know. I never seen this movie before. This is a lot.
That's wow.
So we bonded in the disturb and the trauma in that moment.
That is freaking crazy.
Especially when the titty fell out. That shit was crazy.
Yo, the titty it just fell. It just detached.
She stapled the paper on her face.
Yo,
put the earring inside of a goo. It was a little...
And you had like the eyes inside the titty, and then the eyes everywhere else. It was like, what's going on here?
One of the most disturbing scenes is not even a monster thing. Was Sue sticking the needle in the back where it was infected.
Yeah, when you're taking out the
it was fluid. So gross.
That was disgusting.
Or even the guy who was her boss when he was eating and they were doing the close-ups. It was just, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Yeah. That is hilarious.
Watch the movie called Alone. It's similar. Alone. There's a couple movies called Alone. Which one are you talking about? CC said, yeah, I don't think I can handle that one. I didn't know that was a real thing. Yeah, it is. It's scary.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the scariest movies are the ones that can actually happen. And that is so scary. I don't even want to engage with it.
Useless skill saw. He said, I put tape over my camera of my computer since the den. Yeah.
My wife does the same thing. I don't know why I don't do it. Probably because I don't feel like I have anything of value. I was like, well, these niggas. For the longest time, I was like, yeah, but they're going to, like, check your passwords and get into your, like, computer. I was like okay. Like, or the NSA is going to be listening to your conversations. Nigga, I'm not a criminal. Like that.
You'll be hearing me talk about comic books and wrestling.
I committed no crimes. So I used to think like that, but now it's like with the AI and all this other stuff, people can make your voice say things. Like I don't.
Yeah. I have code words on my mom Dukes now to let her know, like, hey, if I sound like I'm saying some weird stuff, say the code word because they can make you sound like make you sound like something that you ain't really sounding like.
Yep.
She say, "Damn, you didn't stick the landing with the get out phrase."
I didn't. I did not at all. I was off. Signs.
Oh, he didn't like Signs.
That's all right.
You liked it? I've heard mixed things on it. Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's a good.
That's M. Night, right?
Yeah, it's one of his good ones.
I also M. Night, so I'm cool with it. I watched it with friends in college, so I thought there was strength in numbers. I realized I'm the weak link. That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Contract. I'm not sure what that meant. Zachary really set up his niece.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all ruining titties for me. Come on. It's all right. Oh, man.
Bro, I can't ruin titties are eternal. You can't ruin
eternal, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a good one. Speak No Evil, but not the recent one. The original Danish film from 2019. Gotcha. Still blows my mind they remade the movie like 3-4 years later. You talk about mean-spirited, right? Damn, you haven't seen it, so I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if you're ever going to watch the original.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
So Speak No Evil, the Danish version is very similar to the James McAvoy film, right? It's not as flashy and stuff like that because it's foreign. You know, they really do it calmly. But it's similar. Like, it's a couple who, you know, they kind of let this other couple kind of run over them and let them do it. Like, in this, the new version, they put up a fight. This couple did not. They didn't put up a fight. They was just letting these people do stuff because in Danish, in that country, is you don't want to be rude, right? Even if people are being kind of overstepping. And it was little things throughout the film. So when I was watching it, I didn't really know where it was leading to versus like the American version. You immediately almost know like where it's probably going. In Danish version, I was like, is this just a story about how you need to stand up for yourself? It kind of is, but where it goes at the end, they drive off. They get lost. They see someone they think is friendly, and it's not. They snatch their kid, cut their tongue off, and then they run out.
Okay.
And then the James McAvoy version of character and his wife in this movie beat them to death with rocks. And when I say beat them to death with rocks, I'm not meaning like they're like hitting them like this. They threw rocks at them until they died.
So they stoned them.
They stoned them to death.
Biblical
Made
style.
them. It was insane. I sat there with just an empty feeling in my stomach, like I'm never traveling anywhere ever again. Never. I've never traveled outside of the U.S. This made me go, my black ass. They did this to white people. What they gonna do to me?
Right?
What? Oh my God! Just because I'm a little tight, that'll be nothing. They gonna see this hair, this nose. But yeah, I just remember going, "Ooh, this is."
You know the U.S. government ain't coming to get you. Say, hey, we got two hostages. They're black. Click.
I was like, I could have told you that. You ain't getting no money from me.
That was a good Dave Chappelle skit when he did that. No, it wasn't even a skit. It was his stand up. It was like, we have two black. Click. It was like
on the plane, right?
Yeah. Hellraiser is another one. So Hellraiser, Hellraiser is so crazy that actually you pulled out the Necronomicon, not the Necronomicon, the whatever that thing is, and I was like, hey, no, wait, time out, don't get it, don't. I was telling you to put it away. The last time you playing around. You don't know if you got the real one. Don't solve that puzzle. You finna die. And then I gotta do this live stream alone.
Can you imagine?
I don't want to.
I still haven't figured out how to open it.
You should. I think that's the you shouldn't figure it out.
Oh, wait, it's moving. It's moving.
See? You messing with stuff. You messing with it.
I did it. On live. Ooh, it's not scary. Put it back together. Cool.
All right, Zach. All right. Playing around. I'm not even like suspicious. What is it? Suspicious?
Superstitious.
Superstitious. Like, I'm not even superstitious. That's not true. I actually am very superstitious. I'm a little.
I was gonna say you lying.
I'm kind of stitious. I'm not fully stitious, but you're playing around with things you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I would recommend that you throw that out. You know what I mean? And start over. But Hellraiser is crazy. Like, just like from the unlocking of the thing to the hooks that, like, I think the hooks are the worst part because they just pull you apart. I was reading something. My bad. Yeah. Kenny in the stream, he messed up. You damn right he messed up. If he gets unalived on Scream, he gonna traumatize all of us, and I'm gonna blame him.
What has happened? What?
Zach wants to be tortured. I just want to get impregnated by alien chicks. Let us live. First of all, the first part, Zach wants to be tortured. That's a normal sentence. You want to do what?
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Yo, what?
You guys are out.
That. But like,
I mean, but you would die.
Is that the alien you want? Useless skills? Is that the alien?
Exactly. Yeah. I think alien pregnancy. I don't think we want that.
Nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hellraiser's messed up. I've seen the original one. on TV. It was just playing. I don't think I've seen it from the beginning, but it was playing. It looked like some medieval knight stuff. It was not at all. I was lied to. I was gaslighted, and I saw some stuff I wasn't supposed to see because I was young. And then I watched the new one that's on Hulu. The girl from what Until Dawn is in that. She's the main character in that one.
Okay.
The one with the nose ring and the curly hair. And it was good. That's the first Hellraiser movie I watched from beginning to end. And when it got to like the torturing scenes, I was like, oh my god, this is what people. This is a lot of hell being raised.
Yeah, yeah. But similar to what Eustace Skill said, happy birthday, both of y'all. By the way, have a good night, everybody. I think it's time for us to go to bed as well. Not. Well, it's really only 10:00. Yeah. That's crazy. First Hellraiser movie slaps and also kills. What up, Sully? How you doing, Sully? Good to have you on the stream. We about to shut this drawing down, but we are so happy to have you here. Also, Sully, I sent you a message on the what's the thing called, Zach?
Discord.
Yes, Discord. So let me know when you sees it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I think this. So
I have one last movie, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Because I don't really watch ghost movies, and that's because of this film, The Haunting of Connecticut. Absolutely terrified me when I was younger. It's not a movie that a lot of people have seen. Kyle Gaynor or whatever his name is, this guy from Smile and Smile 2, and he's also a Strange Darling. Him very young in this film. It's about a family moving to Connecticut into a house that was haunted. Wild stuff start happening, and it traumatized me. I was like, I do not want to watch any more ghost stuff. It felt too real. There was people in the walls, grabbing people, pulling them in the wall, getting stuff. Wild stuff coming out of people's mouth. I was like, I'm good. No more ghost stories for me.
Speaking of ghosts, the first Poltergeist movie I saw when I was a kid, that was not fun. It was a good movie, but it was just like, it was wild. Oh, what'd you see, Sully? Definitely want to know what you saw. Have a good night. Have a good night, Kiara. Zach, have you seen the movie Ghost? I'm sure you have. If not, it's a must. You're talking about Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah, I've seen Ghost.
I have not seen Ghost.
Really? That's shocked. I'm surprised it's a movie I've seen that you haven't.
Yeah.
Is that Whoopi? Whoopi is in that. Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze, yeah.
Casper is dope, though. Casper from the Ghost, that's my guy.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
The Phoenician Scheme. How was it? I've really been wanting to see that. It actually goes wide this weekend, which makes sense because I could not find it last weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, these are some of the movies that we've seen that have disturbed us for many various reasons. This was a really fun conversation. Thank you guys for participating and dropping in your movies as well. Kiara, who said that she doesn't watch scary movies, watching some really scary stuff.
Right. We listed off a bunch of scary movies. Terrifying films.
Terrifying films. And shout out to everybody that was in here, especially this Ace Avenue. 12 months as a channel member. Same thing with Have You Seen with T. Collective Movie Man donating $2 to us. I appreciate you as well. Kal-El jumping in and shaking up the chat as he always does. Appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all you guys. Watch our reviews. Bring her back. Zach, what do you got coming up this week?
I'm seeing Ballerina on Thursday, so I should have that review out on Friday. And I'm hoping to see... That's crazy. And hoping to see Life of Chuck on Saturday. And hopefully to have that review out on Monday. That's crazy that you're shaming me for doing reviews.
For hard work. But yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, it's my birthday weekend coming up. So I cannot promise that I have any. I don't know what that was. I do appreciate you being happy about my birthday. But let's not do that again. Yeah, you threw me off. So yeah, so it's my birthday weekend. I can't promise I'll have a review out this weekend. I do want to have a review of Ballerina out. I might just pay Praper $100 to edit it, so I don't have to think about it. But that's a lot of damn money. So, um, yeah. So we'll see what we see. I do have a movie stashed, but I don't want to put it out because I just put it in the stash. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll have something. I don't want to promise anything. It's
Don't
my
promise nothing. It's your
it's my number
birthday.
one rule.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's it. You know,
I can't
like I
promise
wrote my
anything.
review for Mission Impossible. I don't know if I'm doing that. It's
I
okay.
have no. I did put out my Mission Impossible drawing. What's the one I didn't put out? I have a ton of reviews that I have not put out. Matter of fact, what I should do is I should ask my subscribers. I froze. I should ask my subscribers which of my unreleased, unfinished reviews do they want me to put out. So
That's
let me
smart.
know. I'll put out a post tomorrow. Actually, I'll put out a poll tomorrow, um, including my unseen movie marathon movie review of House. That's one that's like literally halfway
That was
done.
so fun.
Yeah, that was such a good movie. All right, so let's see. In progress, editing, and yeah. So of my and script written, let's do that, and video recorded. Okay, I'm on Notion. So Black Bag, Novocaine. I actually don't think I wrote that, but Black Bag, Novocaine, Opus, Warfare, Friendship, and Final Destination Bloodlines. Those are 7 movies I have started and never finished doing the review for. So let me know. Actually, I'll put out a poll, just like books, gurus, and purrs. Suggest it or ask or support it. And yeah, I'll try to get that guys to you guys, but not this weekend because it's my birthday weekend. But since those are
Yeah.
like partway done, definitely can start working on some of those. I'll put it out for the members first, and then eventually I'll
Release
put
them
it
for
out
the
for
peoples.
the Publico, which is not
Gotcha.
Spanish. I apologize. All right, y'all. So
Yeah.
have a great night. Enjoy your nights. There's nothing out tonight as far as Star Trek or Star Wars or Marvel stuff. So just go to bed. Go to bed, y'all. Go to bed.
Drink
All right.
water. Go to bed.
Good night, y'all. Drink your water, as CC would say. Copyright infringement, Zach. And yeah, we out.